What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. We've talked about the Wannabe Bodybuilder 1, which was the little skinny guy who took a lot of shit. Wannabe Bodybuilder number 2, which was the fat guy who wore the baggy clothes and acted like a bodybuilder. And now we're going to talk about Wannabe Bodybuilder number 3. The third one. Now, the third one is Wannabe Bodybuilder, but he's got quite a bit of delusional characteristics, okay? And this is a guy that will go to a gym that doesn't have many people that are training seriously in it. So let's say like a Planet Fitness or something like that. Yeah, Planet Fitness, the place that sucks to train at, that has like 50-pound dumbbells, whatever. So he'll train at this gym. It's maybe a small gym, or it's a big gym in an area where pretty much nobody looks good. You're all overweight or look like regular people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And this guy may have a little bit of abs, maybe a couple veins in his hand that, you know, other people think, oh my God, he's got veins in his hand. So essentially, he's the one that looks the best in his gym. So therefore, he thinks he's a bodybuilder. Now, or he may even go to a gym where there are other bodybuilders, but he goes at a different time, so he never sees these other bodybuilders. So that his time when he's in the gym, he's the best one in the gym at the time. Now, that doesn't mean much if everybody else in the gym physique-wise sucks, okay? But all he sees and the people that are there at that time, wow, he's a bodybuilder. So now, he starts thinking, well, shit, I look pretty friggin' good, man. I'm like light years ahead of all these guys around here. All these girls are staring at me. What is that? Competition poster on the wall right there? The Mr. Olympia. Well, that sounds pretty good. Mr. Olympia. I think I can get that. Okay, see for details, www.olympia.com, send in registration. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that one. So then this guy decides he's going to go compete. Now, he may go to competitions and stuff. He may have never been to one. Okay, he may go to one to see what it's like before he competes. And he heads in there, and he walks in there, and of course he's now, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but that delusional part of him that sees himself as being better than the other people in the gym when he's training, now he thinks he's one of the people that he's seeing on stage. So in his head, he's actually going, I could take that guy, I could take that guy. Meanwhile, he looks nothing like these people whatsoever. I could take that guy, and he's like, look, I got a vein here, that guy doesn't have the vein there, I could probably take him. So then he decides to do his show. So now he decides, I'm good enough, I can beat these guys, let's rock and roll and get it done. Get her done, right? So now he's going to get her done. So this guy goes through the whole process. Now, he doesn't even realize you're supposed to put a spray tan on. When you tell him that he needs to put a spray tan on, he goes to the Mystic Tanning place and gets like a spray-on Mystic Tan, which of course doesn't work. That's not the same thing as Jantana or Pro Tan or something like that. He doesn't know. And we tell him to shave his body, he shaves his face. And then he comes with hairy arms and, why? You didn't shave the rest of your body. Whatever. So then he shows up the day of the show, and he's doing something like, you'll see, you know, he have the meeting with everybody sitting around, you get your numbers and all that stuff, and you see this guy, and he's eating like Fruit Loops. You know, and you're like, what the fuck, this guy, what? Why is he eating Fruit Loops? He's carving up on Fruit Loops. Doesn't make any sense. Then you start thinking, you're like, because he's dressed in these baggy clothes, right, and he looks all serious like he's the shit, and you're like, maybe this guy knows something I don't. So you're kind of looking at this delusional wannabe bodybuilder, thinking he actually knows something that you don't. And then you're backstage. And, you know, there's some camaraderie amongst athletes backstage. You have the actual competitive bodybuilders who are there trying to do their best and, you know, have great physiques and stuff. And he kind of waddles over and he's listening to what everybody's saying. He's trying to be part of the crowd because he's one of you guys now. And he goes, yeah, I don't do any cardio either. Cardio is not, it's so bad, it's catabolic. Now you're thinking, holy shit, this guy's eating Fruit Loops, doing no cardio, and he shows up to a fucking show and she's going to be shredded? What the fuck? So now you're all sitting there, you're actually starting to confuse yourself now because you're all depleted and shit. So your brain is not working. And then it comes time to the lineup. This guy does his push-ups, he stays covered up. He peels down and you realize he has no physique. His chest and arms are almost non-existent. He has kind of an outline on abs, but there's a big thick layer of fat still on it. But he's holding a little water, he'll tell you. And then he's got cellulite, not fucking, just cellulite on his ass and his lower back. When he moves, it bounces and jiggles. And this guy was just telling you how he doesn't do any cardio and eats Fruit Loops. What the fuck? Yeah, it's apparent that he eats Fruit Loops and doesn't do any cardio now. So he goes out there and he maybe gets 8th place. Right? So he gets 8th. And he comes back, he takes Sunday off, and he fucking chows down, and he tries to gain a bunch of weight back, and, he's, gonna go back to bulk, and go back to the drawing board to get better. Then he comes to the gym on Monday, and everybody's like, how'd you do? And he's like, well, I got 8th. And they go, out of how many people? And he says, well, there's 320 contestants. So they go, shit, 8th out of 320. Oh, fuck, good job, buddy. But he's not telling you that it's 320 bodybuilding, figure, fitness, bikini, physique. All of them it's 320. There's only 8 in his class, and he got dead last. But now he's walking around telling people, I'm a competitive bodybuilder. I get 8th place. So next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to bulk up for the rest of this year, do the show again, qualify for nationals, and go on to try to get my pro card. Are you fucking kidding me? That this is what this guy's plan is. And I've seen this over and over again. But I've also seen women do the same thing. They have the same thing going on. They get the best bikini body in the gym. But then when they step on stage, it's apparent that they do not belong on stage. Absolutely apparent. But they get like 3rd in their class. And then they walk in and go, I got 3rd. I qualified for nationals. I'm going to nationals. How many people in your class? Well, there was 280 people in the show. Nah. How many people in your class? 3. And you got 3rd. Yep. So you didn't beat anybody. Nope. Do you have any pictures? And they show you the pictures and it's just them. There's not them with the other contestants. So you go, what about the lineup? Is there a lineup? You in the lineup? Oh no, I didn't get any shots of those. Bullshit. All the photographers took shots of those. The difference is between that one that you're showing us with just you and the ones with the other 3, or the other 2 girls, because there's only 3, you can clearly see you got your ass kicked and you didn't belong on stage. Now this goes for the guys, girls, whatever. It's the same shit every time you slice it. It's the big fish in the little pond, big bodybuilder in the little gym syndrome. It's got a little bit of delusional twist to it, but it absolutely is a wannabe. And many times they may go on to one more show, just giving it the old college try again. But usually what happens is they'll hit a bigger show figuring, well, I already did that show, so I'm going to move on to something bigger and better because I'm ready to move on. And then they really get hammered into the ground in like 18th place, and then they just give up after that. Some people, they'll continuously try to, improve, but they never really improve, and at that point it's just kind of sad to watch this person dwindle down to get either really fat or just not coming to the gym anymore because their aspirations of being Mr. Olympia were destroyed. So be aware when you guys see this one guy walking around in the string tank top with the spandex pants, the hot skin socks, and the atomic sneakers on, with a hip sack, and maybe even a do-rag on, with a Walkman, not an iPod, a Walkman. He's the big fish in the little pond, who's a little bit delusional, who thinks he's a competitive bodybuilder. Don't try to tell him he's not, because he doesn't understand. He's not seeing what you're seeing. So just, hey, good luck, man. Give him a pat on the shoulder and let the wannabe bodybuilder number 3 do his thing. www.biostraining.com. Leave comments down below. biostraining@gmail.com is the email, and we're out.